Hey Stormers, welcome back. This is turn, let me just remember, just show the table. This is going to be turn 7. Actually, believe, yes. Get a quick view of my rather large table. If you haven't seen that before, this is where the apartment I'm staying in. It has a very, very large glass top table. Quite handy for playing games. So, turn 7. I do have a plan, but we'll have to see what happens with the mythos phase before that comes into effect. So, first thing, one Doom is going to go on here. It's Doom Threshold of 3, so the agenda is going to flip over, unfortunately. So, let's see what we've got. Okay. Fear drives you. You must keep one step ahead of the foes that pursue you. The shadowy figures dance all about you, even the very forest tries to deny you your goal. The foreboding presence of evil tracks your every movement, and you know that your time is running out. All investigators must test willpower 4. If you fail, take 1 horror and lose 1 action on your next turn. So let's do that now. So we'll do Wendy first. So Wendy, you prat. Right. Well, I think Daisy is going to commit this to the test, guts. So that's going to give her a 5, and we need a 4. And we get a -2. So I think we actually, yeah, we fail. So it's a -2. Okay, let's do this right. So we failed the test. We get rid of this. So 3, 4, 5, -2 is 3. We needed 4. So we failed the test. Let's just do this bit first. If you fail, according to this, if we fail a test, then move the Dark Man 1 location towards the nearest investigator. So let's do that first. The Dark Man 1 location towards the nearest investigator. Okay, this is going to get complicated. Right. So, the Dark Man is going to go there. Okay, let's see what happens. So this is a bit complicated now. So the Dark Man has moved to us. Now, before we do that, just let's finish the effect of this one. Is we take 1 horror and lose 1 action on our next turn. So Daisy will take 1 horror, which take her up to 2. We'll lose an action on our next turn. So that's that done. We need to do, okay, this is a bit confusing timing wise. Let's try and think of it thematically. Okay, well, now the Nightwind, before we even get to the next turn, the Nightwind will get to, no, but let's finish, this is confusing. Okay, let's do Skids then. So Skids needs to make a willpower test as well. He will add 1 guts to his, so he's got willpower 4, so it's even Stevens. Let's see what happens. Okay, so he passed his, so Skids passed his, that sorted out this part of the agenda. So let's get rid of that, and then we'll resolve the Dark Man effect. So the Dark Man arrived here because of the token that Daisy drew, which means the Nightwind automatically comes to our location. Now, I think forced, this is complicated, so forced. May only place on this act if the investigator is at the same location as the Nightwind. Okay, so now we've got that. We're all at the location of the Nightwind, so now we can place 5, 6. So basically 6 clues are going to go onto that act. But let's resolve this first. So, the Nightwind. Where are we? So now we have to test either willpower or agility. If passed, nothing happens. So, Daisy will try willpower, and she will do another guts. So it's 5 against 4. And it's a Shrouded Man, which is -2. If this test is failed, then discard 1 card from your hand. So we did fail, so it's 5. We needed a 4. 3, 4, 5, -2. We needed 4, so we failed. We have to discard a card from our hand. We will discard Manual Dexterity. Try and keep this all on track. So now, because we failed, let's see, we take 1 damage or 1 horror. We will take a damage and we'll put it on our bulletproof vest. And we move to the furthest location. Now the dense forest, the furthest location according to the handy reference here, dense forest is the accursed wood, which is basically here, which is where we wanted to go in the first place. So Daisy is now at the accursed wood. Okay, perfect. Now Skids, he will use agility test to try and beat 4. Yeah, I'm not really bothered if we pass or fail. So it's basically minus how many cultists in play. Well, we've got 1, 2. Yeah, we've certainly failed that for sure. There's 1, 2 cultists, another cultist there, 3. So 3 cultists. So we failed that. So we will take 1 damage, which takes us to 4. Okay. 4, and we also will move to the accursed wood. Right, so what, yeah. So the Nightwind is there. That was very complicated. Did you think that through, Carl, when you designed this scenario? This exactly what happened there? Anyway, I think we did that correct. So that is that part of the agenda. So now we go to the last part of the agenda. No. The pursuit, okay, the game ends, agenda 3A. The pursuit gains in momentum. The dark man, the ghouls, the very wind, all are hunting you. Within this chase is a desperation, a hunger that drives them forward with reckless abandon. Yeah, I can see that. Now, at the same time, we can now, before we start, that's basically the mythos phase done. Is it? No, we haven't even drawn cards for the mythos phase yet. So let's, I'm sorry, this is super complicated. So we haven't drawn cards for the mythos phase yet. We've just dealt with advancing the act, the agenda. Now at the same time, the agenda's advanced, but the act also, because it's a forced, this gets, because we got picked up by the Nightwind, the clues go on to the act, so this forcibly gets, you can see that clues only placed on this act. That's the same locations of Nightwind. Okay, so basically that's force, and we've done it, and we advance. Right, let's see what happens here. Come on. From within the wind, the lone voice grows stronger, and suddenly a figure appears before you, hazy and blurry. It stretches out its hand in desperation. The owner of the voice has at last revealed itself. Revelation: attach the outsider to the Nightwind. Okay. Let's get rid of that. The outsider is here. There he is. Good looking fella. If at the same location as the outsider, an investigator may test 4 to rescue the outsider. If passed, place the outsider in your play area. Okay, so now so how is that going to work?
fail, take one down, do a horror, the Nightwind. Okay, so I think basically that stays at the same. What does that say there? Let's just check. Attach the outsider to the Nightwind. So I guess if we enter the Nightwind, then we can attempt to rescue the outsider. But if we fail, or do we have to? I guess we have to try and beat the Nightwind first before we can try and rescue the outsider. I would say that's thematically correct. Right, let's read Act 3. The rescue. The figure in the wind whispers thoughts into your head with a sudden clarity of understanding your course is clear. This figure, this monster, the outsider, can stop the Dark Man and its evil god's plan. You must save him now and take him from this terrible place. Once an investigator has rescued the outsider from the Nightwind and made it back to the castle or Putrid Moat location, advance. Okay, so we need to rescue the outsider. Luckily, we're here, there's there, and then we need to basically make it back. If we can get Daisy to make it back, we've got astral travel, we can travel back there. So basically Daisy needs to do that. So, right, I keep saying so because this has been complicated. We've not even got past the mythos phase yet. I'm 11.5 minutes into the video. Okay, so we're done. We now need to draw 4 skids. Is lost. Place this card in your threat area. You have 1 fewer action this turn. Yeah, we know that. We also need to remember that Daisy has 1 fewer action this turn as well, based upon what we did before from the agenda. So Daisy already has 1 fewer action. Okay. And one for Daisy, the Dark Pyramid calls. Move the Dark Man to the closest investigator's location and immediately resolve his card. Okay, so the Dark Man will go to here now. Move it to the closest investigator's location. Right, okay, so that means the Nightwind and the outsider are here with us. So now we have to basically we have to try and test against the Nightwind. So we will have Daisy is our lead investigator, so Daisy will test against the Nightwind first. Now we can use agility or willpower. We will use willpower. We will get Skids to put this card to commit to help her. So she's got willpower 3, and that guts gives us 5, and we need 4. What do we get? We get a -1, so we pass. Perfect. So we pass. If this test is successful, draw 1 card. So I believe that we can draw the put hospital decks into play in your play area. Move 1 resource from resource tool to hospital decks. I'm just going to ignore that because I'm just going to keep it there, and I'm not bothered about hospital decks. They'll just have to keep mounting up. Okay. So Daisy doesn't move anywhere, so she's fine with the Nightwind. Investigate the location, must test either. Let's just double check what happens if we don't. All investigators at the location must test either willpower or agility if past nothing happens. Okay, so I'm guessing we're okay, or we can stay where we are. Okay. Skids needs to do the same. He'll do an agility, and he'll use unexpected courage to try and stay where he is as well. So he'll play this card. So that basically gives us a 6 against a 4. And a 0 again, so we're fine. So nothing happens. We basically stay where we are. And that, I believe, is finally the end of the mythos phase. Yes. So we discard the Dark Pyramid cores. So now we need to remember that Daisy is only going to get 2 turns this time, and Skids is only going to get 3. So what is our best plan? We need to rescue the Dark Man. Sorry, the Outsider. And to do that, we need to make a willpower of 4. So, I guess we are going to... Right, Daisy's going to try and rescue the Outsider. So she will make a willpower of 4. Skids is going to commit this one. So that gives a willpower. That makes us even Stevens. That makes us 4 each. Have we got anything else we can help with? I don't believe we can. So we're going to have to just go for the best. Hope for the best. So it's 4 against 4 to rescue the Outsider. We've already beat the Nightwind, so nothing happens yet until, I guess, the Nightwind comes. So I'm not sure how that works, actually. I mean, we're already now in position with the Nightwind, and we're okay. Do we need to test again? I don't think so, because now we're okay. Yeah, because we've already moved the Dark Man to location, and we've already done against the Nightwind. Okay, so now it's 4 against 4. Come on. It's a +1. Perfect. Is that a +1? Yes, a +1. So for Daisy's first turn, what is it? If it's same location as the Outsider, investigator may test willpower 4 to rescue the Outsider. If passed, place the Outsider in your play area. Now, this could all be over very quickly now. That one is discarded. So, we have to get to the Putrid Moat. Now, for the second action, I am going to play this event, Astral Travel, which means I use 3 resources, and it says move to any revealed location and reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. If you reveal a blah 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 blah, you must discard an item or ally asset you control. If you cannot, take 1 damage. Okay, so first of all, Daisy is going to move to the Putrid Moat, which is where we've been told to go, remember, because of the act. We'll reveal a token, and it's a 0, so no effect there. We discard the Astral Travel. Now, we are essentially, with Daisy's second action, we made it back to the Putrid Moat location, and we have. So, turn over and let's see what happens. You made it. The Outsider tells his story in full as you flee this evil place. His wish to join humanity is his overriding goal, but this cannot be accomplished whilst Nyarlathotep still has a grip upon his mind. He tells the story of a black pyramid in Egypt, hidden from the eyes of mortals. A place he must visit, but he would need your help. So we are getting another scenario. Excellent. Well done, Carl. Each investigator gains 3 experience. The adventure continues in the next chapter, The Black Pyramid. Awesome. Well, assuming I played that correctly, and Carl, when you've seen this, you can pick me up, but I think the Nightwind thing was a little bit complex, but I think I played it thematically and correctly right. So, that is it. We won without any, well, I wouldn't say without any problems. It could have got really nasty. We were just lucky, I think, in a few places. Also unlucky not getting any weapons. So that's it. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. We'll look forward to the Black Pyramid for sure. Thanks to Carl for making these scenarios. I strongly advise downloading them, printing them out and giving them a shot. What have I said? Thanks for liking. Thanks for watching, I mean, probably. Of course, like and subscribe. And I will catch you on the next run through, which I don't know what it'll be. I'm thinking about maybe doing a 1-deck dungeon, just a quick simple one. I don't know, let me know what you think. Okay, thanks for that. Bye for now. Thanks for subscribing. Catch you soon, and hasta la vista, baby.